Peace. We're back at it. I'm so grateful to Allah to be here once again. I hope you enjoyed the live stream I just had with my beautiful sister Devin Marie. That's that's homegirl right there. Um, now for the main event, we are going to discuss a very kind of like triggering topic. My good brother Chris Gibbs and my sister Krissy is gonna come on, and we're gonna deal with this one topic. You know, brothers and sisters, I've been doing conflict and relationships for about I want to say 2 years now, almost 3 years, and now I'm finally bringing it to YouTube as well as Facebook, and soon to be Instagram. But this particular topic, I want to say, started by my good brother Chris Gibbs, and if you don't know, then Chris Gibbs and my sister Krissy is gonna come on, and we're gonna deal with this one. Okay. Anyway, so Bong. Let me see. Guest? Not yet. Let me see if this dude is. Just give me 1 second.
Yo, you hear me?
Yes, I do, bro. Peace.
What's good? What up with you, man? What's up?
Everything is good, bro. How you doing? How you doing out there in the land of Syracuse?
Oh, we live? We live already?
We live, bro.
Oh shit, let me put on my stage voice. What's up, man? What's good with you, man? Yeah, nah, you know, man, Syracuse is amazing, man. It's a blast.
Word up.
It's a blast. Where she at, man? Where she at?
I'm looking. Hold on a second. I just hit her with the link. Let me see if she is I don't see her, bro. I don't know what happened.
She might be scared. She know me. She know how I get, man.
Yo, let me see if Dev
You
will
know
come
how
back.
I get.
Yo, let me see if Dev will come back. Hold on a second.
All right, go ahead. I'm here. Well, she was talking shit. She loved talking shit about broke niggas, huh? I love Devon to death, but that's her topic of choice, boy. You bring us some broke niggas, she gonna go in.
Nah, you know what I love? You know what I love about Dev is she's not afraid to come on camera.
Yeah, for sure.
Not at all.
For sure.
So while I'm wait. She's here. Hello, sis. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Good. Fantastic. All right.
Oh, she in the building? Oh, I was talking shit. I thought she was scared, man.
What? And you talking about some broke niggas? Who we talk about broke niggas? Not me. I might give off that vibe, but I definitely don't talk about broke.
Nah, not you. I'm talking about the other girl.
What to say? I don't.
I'm talking about the other girl.
So let me lay
So
the ground.
what's up, man? What's the topic at hand this evening, man? What we doing?
Okay, so this started on your thread.
Right.
You made a post, and in the post you said, "How do you know that a man is husband material?" And
yes, sir.
And when I woke up this morning, I commented on it because I have a friend. He's like a player friend. And when I was in a long-term relationship and I got out of it in 2000, and when I got out of it, I got outside and I started dating. But in the beginning, because you've been in a long-term relationship, you can be kind of rusty. So when I first got outside, he was telling me, he said, "You know what your problem is?" I said, "What's the problem?" He said, "Your problem is that you give off husband vibes and not player vibes." I said, "What does that mean? Did we lose this?" Oh, she there. There she go. So he goes, she should be there. So he goes, "Your problem is you give off husband vibes and not player vibes." And I was like, "What does that mean?" So I started doing research on this. And my position is is that really the two are not fluid. You can either be one or the other. And we had this big three-way debate, me, you, and our good sister. So I figured that I would continue it. Oh, okay. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can bring you forward. There you go. Sorry about that, sis. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. My camera.
Okay. Okay, so we had this three-way debate, and I thought it was powerful, so I wanted to bring it here. So the first question I guess I want to ask y'all is, do you think that it's possible for a player to transition into being a husband based on the person that he's dealing with?
No. I think he has to do that on his own. And all right, I'm lying. In a sense, we can bring it. So based off the woman he's dealing with can bring influence into that. But he has to want to do it for his own reasons and or for her.
Chris?
Now you know what I'm gonna say? I definitely believe that a woman could change a man. You understand what I'm saying? It's well known, like it's a common saying with men and women that a man will change for the right woman. That's a well-known saying. Just like with women, I've met women in the past. They might have had their past. They might have been doing whatever, acting whatever, hot girl, hot city girl, summer, whatever you want to talk about. You hang out with them that one time, you chill with them that one time, you show them a vibe, and they willing to, you know what I'm saying? We could change people. I'm a firm believer. So my answer is yes. I do believe that a man could change, a player could change for the right woman. You know what I'm saying? I definitely believe that.
Now, my position is no.
Thank you. But it don't even make sense to me. It sounds like this because social media and so many people share that message across social media that has been imprinted in people's brain that a man will change for a white woman, but a man's going to change because he wants to change.
Right. So here's my position. I know that being a player and being a husband, two different things. And me being a guy that teaches domestic violence class, run men's groups and all that other stuff, I have talked to dudes who are players and they settle down. It's a big struggle. It's a huge struggle for them because it's not when things are going well, you know what I'm saying, that there's a problem. It's when things are not going well. And it's my position that when things go left field or right field or the hell, that person is going to revert to who they are. Now, my boy Poetic Vision commented on this earlier today. He was like the last person to comment. And one of the things he said is as a woman, you should look for a guy that has at least 70% of the qualities that you think is husband material. My position that's too complicated for me. My position is, as a man, you need to deal with a woman that has default the kind of stuff that you're looking for. And as a woman, you need to deal with a man that has by default the stuff that you're looking for. Because if you make them mad, if you stress them out, if you make them angry, they are going to be exactly what you wanted. But it's when you think you can change somebody from one person to another, that's when you get into trouble, because under stress, under anger or whatever, a person is going to revert to who they was. I can't tell you how many dudes and women that I spoke to, and they was like, nigga, I'm pulling my player card back out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and I'm like, wait a minute, you married, like you in committed, you got children or whatever. People become who they really are. I mean, we're going to get deeper than that, but that's the surface level of it. What do y'all think?
Now, yo, on the real, what I'm thinking is this. You are in the business of helping men change.
Right.
You help men change. There's
Right.
men who come to your class. You know why men come to your class? I was in your class. You helped me change. I appreciate you. Men come to your class because they were set in their ways and they want to change. So
Right.
they meet you and you.
They want to change. That's the word right there. They want to change because you wanted to change, not because a woman forced you to change because you wanted to.
You know, but that's the thing. The women don't force me to change. I could have a million girls. If I meet you and I'm feeling you and you make me feel in a way that none of those girls could make me feel, the reason why I have a million girls is because those million girls out of that million, nobody showed me nothing. Nobody showed me nothing worth it. Y'all got to remember, a player actually has husband potential, because you know what a lot of these supposed husband material guys do? They walk around and wife anything. I want to be in a relationship. I'm a relationship guy. I'm in a relationship with a player. No, he's not going to do that. He's not going to play with nobody's mind. He's not going to be in a relationship with anybody just so he can say he's in a relationship. He's going to test the waters, as we all should do. You know what I'm
Not
saying? I look at what's that?
everybody.
What's that?
I said I agree with a player's not going to be a relationship with anybody, but a player will choose to be in a relationship and still play on his player ways. While trying to act like he's fully in a committed relationship. I know, because I was in one for 7 years.
But do you know what the thing is? The thing is, like, you know what I mean? Like, with men and women is different. So it's like women take pride in rejecting men and denying men. Us men take pride in getting women. So it's like it's two total opposite things. So it's like the things that's easy for women to do is hard for us men to do. And like, for instance, you know what's easy for men? It's easy for me to just meet a woman at 6 p.m. and then me and her have sex at 8 p.m. I would love that. That's easy. That's smooth. Oh shit, we won. For a woman, that's not, even though a woman can do it in her head, that's not like a win. That's not. So it's like we all gonna look at things differently. Us men, look, put it this way: the only men that's not players are men that girls don't want.
That's a lie.
And that's it. That's it. You
Yo,
can't show me. You cannot show me a man that is highly desired by beautiful, gifted women. And if he's single, I'm not talking about when it's in a relationship. I'm talking about he's single. If he's single, he's not talking to multiple women.
Hold on. One second, sis. Let me address the change thing. So I'm not saying it's impossible. What I am saying is number one, like sis said, you gotta want it. And then number two, it takes a lot of work. Correct. When you to change, it takes a lot of work. Because anything, listen, 31 years ago, I was an alcoholic. And I can tell you that at 19 years old, I was drinking 3 times a day, morning, noon, and night. And me becoming a sober individual, it took a lot of work, a lot of failure, a lot of relapsing, a lot of stuff. It took a lot of work. Likewise, I think that, and I'm not saying one is right or wrong, because I'm not here to judge. But what I'm saying is if your husband material, you're a player, it takes a lot of work. And if you're a player and you're trying to be a husband, it takes a lot of work. And the reason being is that you got to want to stay in a committed relationship for you. If you get into a committed relationship and you change for a woman, when she hurts you deeply, I think you're going to go back to your own ways.
Correct.
No, it's not. Go ahead.
I'm just saying, if you're in it for you, that's when I think that it can work. But it still needs a whole lot of work. And I'm gonna introduce another concept after the both of y'all go, called the imprint. Go ahead, sis.
I'm here to listen right now. I think what you said is right. Like you said, a man has to want to change. I feel like you said, if he changes for a woman, and just from research, from watching long-term relationships, you're going to revert back to who you were. And right. As soon as that relationship is over, unless you did it for you. That's the same in a woman's perspective. If she's changing for a man and she gets her, she's immediately going to revert back to who she was before she got it, for the simple fact that she didn't do it for herself, she did it for that man.
Right.
And I think that's what a growth mindset, period, whether it's relationships or not.
Yeah, yo, I will say the majority of men want to change. Think about it. The reason why the majority of men are talking to 2, 3, or 4 or 5 girls is because they're looking for somebody. They want one girl. It's not hard. Yo, before I got with my last beer, my second one, I was talking to mad girls. Once I met her, it was done. Everybody was done, cut off. I was tired of my bitches. I had bitches and I was tired of 4 million of them. And then when I met one that seemed like it wasn't no difficult. It wasn't me and her get into an argument. You know what I mean? A lot of people, I think what happens is, huh?
I said you breaking up a lot. You got to stand still. Go ahead.
Oh, my
'Cause
fault, my fault. Yeah, I was trying to I might have to go outside. Hold on.
okay.
Hold on a second. I'm still breaking up?
Yeah, no, you good. You good money.
All right.
Let me
Yo,
ask.
the majority of men want to change. But what I'm trying to say is this, you know what I'm saying? We have to stop like these standards. Like the reason why I asked what qualities make a man a husband, I'm just curious to see what qualities women are going for because I see this selection of men and I don't know what they're thinking. Because I know a lot of good men that, like I said, don't get no attention from women. And I know a lot of dudes that are obvious assholes that get all the, you know what's funny? There's sometimes I purposely be an obvious asshole. And the ladies still love me. I'll be confused. Like, damn, what the fuck do y'all want? You know what I'm
Girl,
saying? It don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm trying to say is that we gotta, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot of dudes, they're talking to multiple women, but what does that like, yo, like, what about the woman that's talking to multiple men? You know what I mean? We don't call them players. You know what I mean? We call
I
that testing
call
their options.
whatever derogatory term that you can try to make up in your head to make it seem like or make her self-worth feel less than because you don't want her talking to multiple women but multiple men, but you're still out here courting multiple women because you're still trying to find what it is or that one you want to change for what it is you're looking for in qualities in women. But the minute a woman does that, she's a hoe, she's this, she's that. I don't
And now,
follow
you know what's funny?
I
I'm
don't
not on that type of time. I'm grown. I want my women to have other guys.
I see, I don't follow social norms. I never have. So all of that, I don't believe in. I never have, even from a little kid. I always thought that what society tried to push us off on people was wrong.
Well, let me ask you this, sis. Husband vibes, player vibes, without even the quality that you're looking for, is my position that most women can get the vibe from a man and determine whether he's husband or player. And I'll give you an example. For men, when we encounter a woman within the first 5-10 minutes, and Chris will back me up, we can determine whether you long term or whether you smash and pass. We can determine that within the first 5-10 minutes. And I know that you guys can too. So tell me where
That's
when you
that's
encounter a dude.
shallow. That's shallow on a man or woman's behalf because you're not really getting to know the person. You're just thinking off of first vibes, first things. Not
I agree.
it's shallow. So people who think like that are shallow because I may not all the way be fully interested in you within the first 2-3 days, but by you getting spending time with me, taking the initiative to get to know me, kicking it with me, I may have become fully and or interested in you. And I'm telling you because my grandmother said that when she first met my grandfather, she didn't really like him like that. He liked more, but she grew to love him. They fell in love. They have 3 kids, and they were together to the day he died. And my grandmother never got married after that. So I feel like that's shallow because you never got the chance to really get to know a person and who they are on the inside versus just what you're looking at, what you thought. Because you might think I'm promiscuous because of the way I dress, things like that. But I'm really low key. I like to stay in the house. It's judgmental off
But
the
that's not to me. That's not a visual thing. You can get a vibe from somebody. You may not like them, but you can still determine whether they're a person that you can be serious with based on who you are, or whether they're a person that you don't necessarily want to deal with. And I think that even though your grandmother saw your grandfather and didn't like him at first, there still was something. There definitely was still something there. And
day.
her intuition told her, if this guy comes back, give him a chance. You know what I'm saying? In contrast to, there's been times where I have approached women and they will never give me the time of day. You know what I'm saying? And then there's been times where I got to ask 3 times. And on the third time, I may, you know what I'm saying, open up her heart. But deep down inside, she'll tell me when we finally get together, yeah, I was skeptical, but I knew you had this. And you know what I'm saying? So, in other words, I think that if you look at a person and you disqualify them, yes, I agree that's shallow.
I think
But
everybody's perspective is different. So I'm going to appreciate your perspective. I'm
okay,
listening.
okay, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. Let's
Right.
keep.
Now look. You just now said you think that men and women, I mean, but I'm gonna just focus. Yo, the reason why I focus on women and speak about women, I don't know about men. I
Right.
don't hang out with men. I don't talk to men. All of my experiences are with women. All of my conversations are with women. All I text is women. The only brains I pick are women's. The only people I pay attention to are women. So like a lot of times that I speak on women, people think, no, not that I hate women, I hate men. You know what I mean? I love y'all. But
I
it's
mean,
like basically like look, but look, real quick. If women were able to tell if a man was husband material or player material when she first met him, how how are they continuously finding men and getting cheated on? How are they continuously ending up with players? They obviously can't. That was
no,
the
I
point of the whole. The point of
some
that was me trying to figure out, yo, what are y'all women looking for? Because you know what's funny? It's mad men. It's men like Chris Gibbs. It's men like Dawu. It's men like Future. It's men like Russell Wilson. How the hell are all these beautiful women that can have any man running into 10 suckers in a row? 10 clowns in a row out of all these good men that are around. I'm talking about men with careers. I'm talking about men that own real estate, men that went to college, men that go to church, men that take care of their families, men that don't lie, solid men. Why are all the women falling for the piece of shits? It's obviously something they're looking for, something that's catching their eye. It could be popularity. It could be money. It could be something shallow like appearance. It could be shit like that. But I'm trying to figure out because obviously we can't. We can't. A woman would look at me and say, oh shit, he's a player. Chick, you have more sex than me. You have more sex. Yo, I laid down in the bed with a woman this summer probably about 3 times. Probably had sex 3 times the whole summer. And I got chicks that's been getting banged 8 times a week calling me a hoe. Like, yo, think about it. You know what I'm saying? You can't tell. You can't really read a person. You can't judge a person. You can't, just like she said, she might dress promiscuous, but she ain't giving no coochie up. And then it might be a chick that's dressed like a nun and she letting that thing fly. You know what I mean? She letting that thing out the cage. You know what I'm saying?
well, I
You can't, there is no, oh, go ahead, go ahead.
Just go ahead.
watch a video where a woman and a man told her that when he goes out and he tries to meet women, he tries to meet he tries to talk to the girl who looks the brokenest. Like he's not gonna go after the confident girl. He's gonna go after the girl who's most broken so he could try to build her up because she's easier to build up than a woman who's already confident. She's already confident, so there's no room for me.
Right.
So there's a lot of
Oh, he's
things.
on some weird shit. When I go out, I'm not looking for no wife. The last thing I'm looking for, when I go to the club, I'd rather get some coochie than a wife. It's real talk. You know, I'm not looking for a wife. I'm going there I'm going there to have fun. I'm going there. I don't wanna build and grow. And no, that's not what I go to the club for. You know what I'm saying? I'm going for the club. You know what I mean? Whoever's the most fun. I'm trying to have a good, even if I don't get no coochie. I'm trying to find somebody that's gonna want to take drinks and motherfucking shake ass and have a nice time and have that's what I'm looking for. A lot of
Yeah,
times wifey material in the club might not be with all that shit.
right,
You know what I'm
but
saying? But
that vibe, so you would, because you're looking for somebody that's the most fun, you might miss out on the vibe. You might meet your wife in the club and never know because you never took the time out to get to know her past that vibe.
Well, let me introduce this concept. I heard this years ago,
this is it.
and there's no scientific.
This is it.
I heard,
Oh yeah.
I'm listening.
and
Chris,
it's
future.
Yep.
doing, son.
What
So
happened?
I said mute yourself. Hear him.
yeah.
We can't.
So this is the
Oh, my
concept.
fault, my fault, my fault.
Oh, we done lost him. This is
No,
the imprint. So the concept of the imprint, named by a dude on YouTube named Rom Wills, he basically said that the first 3 men or the first 3 women that you were with, their behavior and characteristics begin to shape your taste. And your taste from those first 3 people is kind of what you chase almost all your life. And if you want to kind of get away from that taste, so let's just say, for instance, The first 3 women I slept with was psychotic, crazy chicks, right? So then throughout all my life, I start chasing after crazy chicks because they're the ones that shape my palate. So if I wanted to get away from that, I would have to do a whole lot of work. But the bottom line is, I kind of always return to those that kind of vibe. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I think there's some truth to that. I'm not saying it's 100% true, but I do think there's some truth to that because I have dated chicks. Well, actually, not only have I dated chicks, but I have talked to many women, and they have dated crazy, wild dudes like Chris was talking about. And then they say, I'm tired of this. I'm tired of, getting arrested and getting shot at, whatever. I want to deal with me, just an educated dude or whatever. And then they become unhappy because their tastes have already been shaped by the wild dude. Now, I know that sometimes that's the dude that you deal with. And also psychology says sometimes it's your background. Sometimes if you grow up in a dysfunctional household where your mom was getting drunk or your dad was getting drunk and was screaming on everybody or whatever, they created a normalized chaos. So when you get older, you begin to look for that in a partner. You know what I'm saying? That's an environmental imprint. Right. But sometimes you have an environmental imprint, and then you have emotional and sexual imprint. And when you have that, then you begin to look for it subconsciously. And when you get with a dude or you get with a woman and you don't see that imprint in them, you become unhappy because your heart is looking for something. And you know what I'm saying? Like you've been kind of accustomed to a certain kind of guy.
So I'm probably right until a person, man or woman, does the self, then you change that. Change it. Not gonna get counseling, advocate for counseling, work on that childhood trauma, work on that relationship trauma, because some trauma could come from relationships. So if you feel like you said, or men who feel like they've been dating, men dating these crazy ass girls, or girls dating these drug dealers and are happy because they're searching for something. To me, you have done. That's saying to me is saying I haven't done the work. I still don't know what I 100% want, and I'm a little bit broken. I'm still looking for the same things because obviously those things weren't getting me where I was before. Why would I want to go back to something that wasn't getting me the results that I'm looking for?
Well, let me ask you this. So you are emotionally...
real quick, double on that topic.
Go ahead.
The reason why the first 3 women that you might have had sex with was crazy is because we're all crazy. The reason why women keep running into broken men is because all of us men are broken. There's no such thing as a man that life is hard. A man don't have to be broken from a messed up relationship. He could be broken from a disconnect with a parent.
Right.
Huh?
But they could be broken from childhood, Chris, but you still have to want to fix that and work on that as a man.
No, yeah, of course. No, of course. But it's like what I'm trying to say is that we all fucked up. We all fucked up. So you know what? I'll see a woman put up a post, yeah, yo, because these men is broken and da da da. It's coming from a broken woman. Say, for instance, a woman will be sitting there calling you not husband material, and it'll probably be a woman that's 9 times out of 10 not wife material, because women that's not wife material don't even engage in certain types of conversations and care about that type of shit. They don't even care. They don't care if the dress is blue and black or white and gold. But you know what I'm saying? That's the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yo, that's the reason why I hate when people are saying like, yo, this is a player. This is, yo, look at some, I mean, it could be a girl, she could be a stripper. One dude could look at her and be like, yo, you know what? She's not wifey material. One dude could look at her and be like, yo, she's a hustler. She gets to the bag. I like that. I could fuck with her. Both dudes is right because it's subjective. When we start throwing around those terms, that's the reason why a lot of girls is not being themselves. That's why they lying. That's why they acting like they not fucking. That's why they trying to act like what they think a wife is. No, don't act like what you think a wife is. Be yourself. then let
Right.
me judge. Because then they'll get in a situation where you try to make them start being a wife. Now they fall, oh shit, now, hell no, I ain't gonna be in this motherfucker making grits. I thought you was a wife. No, you're really a city girl. But you know that you probably can't attract the type of man you want, giving off city girl vibes. So you're trying to pretend, just like us men. Why do you think I keep it 1,000? Yo, girls ask me how many girls you talk to. I tell them, yo, 18. Tell them 18. And you know what I'm saying? And if this week go good, it's looking like 21. And if you do what you're supposed to do, it might be 22. You know what I mean? Because I'm not gonna pretend. I'm not gonna act like I'm saying that I'm not, and then you're gonna get to know me and realize I'm not, and now I'm a fraud. No, this is how I am. This is how I talk. This is why I'm so upfront and transparent. Yeah, I'm fucked up. I'm fucked up and going through shit. Look, I was in domestic violence classes, all types of wild shit. Yeah, I'm human. I'm trying to be better. I'm trying to grow. You know what I'm saying? Everybody is trying to pretend they're perfect because they're trying to fit a standard. You know what I mean? Everybody is pretending.
Well,
Think
let me
about it, man. I was telling my man the
Everybody,
other day.
let me
Everybody
bring.
pretend.
not
Hold up.
everybody, Chris
Hold up.
Gibbs. Majority of people, because I ain't never pretended. But okay, go ahead,
Let,
Darwin.
let, let me bring this to a close by asking both of y'all this question. Sis, have you ever met a guy?
We bring it to a close already. This party just got started.
You
Bro, I gotta
going?
get up in the morning. We'll do a part two. I gotta get up in the morning. This is great. But I want to ask y'all this. Sis, have you ever ran into a dude and you ran into him and he gave you committed relationship vibes? Like you saw him and you was like, that's the kind of guy I think I want to be with. And then question number 2 is, have you ever ran into a guy and you thought he had those vibes and then you talked to him and you was like, I wouldn't give this nigga the time of day.
Both answers I can say yes to. Both, yeah.
So what was the parameters of number 1? What made you think that with number 1? Like you met the guy, he gave off committed vibes. You was like, this kind of guy would commit. What was it, a feeling or was it something he said? What was it?
Both. For me, it would be communication, something he said, everything. And then if he turned out to be a fraud, I'm gonna violate him as a woman. I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna curse him out. I'm gonna curse him clean out, because how dare you fraud me into whatever fantasy world you wanted to live in? Because like Chris said, people pretend, and a lot of people show up with their representative and not their real face. And a person like me, I always show up with my real face. So if you can't put on your real face, we don't need to talk. I'm gonna say more or less the vibe, the things he showed me in the conversation. But I've also, the first one, like you said, I met a man who didn't give off husband vibes, boyfriend vibes, but in the end, work. Because Chris in the elevator making mad noise.
Yep. Okay.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Is this before I get to Chris? I feel like, and a lot of people don't like when I use the word, I feel like when you talk to both dudes, your intuition was speaking to you. And your intuition told you this is the kind of guy, or your intuition told you this nigga ain't real. Let me get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But at
Correct.
some point, as you develop and you listen to your intuition, it's always going to tell you. And this is why I disagree with the premise that women don't know how to choose and men don't know how to choose. I feel like we do. I feel like we ignore our intuition, because never in any situation have I ever got with any kind of crazy offbeat or whatever kind of woman. And when I was talking to them, I was saying to myself, oh my God, this woman is batshit crazy. Hut, hut. And I grabbed the ball and I crossed the line of scrimmage and I went for the end zone. Even though I knew that she was crazy, I took that carry and I sure enough tried to make it a 10-yard fight. And before I got to the end zone, I got a helmet to helmet hit, and now I got CTE. You know what I'm saying? And so therefore, I feel like, and when I was getting up and I was dusting myself up, all my friends said, nigga, your intuition told you that that was the wrong kind of person. Why didn't you listen? I was like, bro, son, I just wanted to, you know what I'm saying? So for me, I feel like your intuition is always going to warn you. I just feel like men and women, we ignore, because as I always say, the heart wants what the heart wants. And sometimes we just got to try certain things.
Right. So right there, try things. So a man told me that most men are still players and or whatever, cheat on women because they never tried everything. A man has to try everything to know exactly what it is that he likes, so he's sure on it. That's one. Two, I feel like it's not that it's what the heart wants. We're just trying new things to see if we get different results, and sometimes we end up with the same result, even though we tried.
Indeed.
Yo, now look. Oh, go ahead. You got a question for me or
Oh,
something?
so it's on you. It's on you.
All right, now look. To your question, yes, I've definitely met a woman and thought she was a wife, and I'm obviously not married. So I was wrong. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And I've definitely met women, and I thought that they was hoes. And I tried to hit, and they ain't let me. I guess I
Right.
was wrong with that one too. You know what I'm saying? I guess I'd be wrong. You know what I mean? You win some, you lose some. But what I will say is this, and this is just insight. You know what I'm saying? It's hard as a man to not be a player when you that nigga. So why if you think about it, the majority of dudes that are that nigga, they talk to because it's a different quality of woman. You know what I'm saying? You're not getting these, but no, for real, you meeting, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Just like, for instance, you know what I'm saying? Like Christina. You know what I mean? Like Christina's a good woman. You know what I mean? Now imagine you meet 10 of her and they all like you just as much as you like them. And they cool. Fuck liking you. You know what I mean? They
Listen, you
cool.
ain't ever
You
gonna
talk
meet
to
10 of
them.
me, baby. I'm custom made. So
Yo,
All
you
right,
know what?
cool. All right, all right, all
But
right. You know what I'm saying?
we could
You
call
know what I mean? Like, but you get
we
it.
could call all my exes. I could pull up screenshots and all that. You ain't never gonna meet 10 of me. Ever.
You know what?
But you know what though?
Let
But
me
you
ask
know
you.
what though? I ain't gonna front. I've heard that response to what I said about 3 times. So you actually remind me of 3 other people I know saying that. But yeah,
I'm
Dabu, go
not
ahead.
them.
What you saying?
I'm not them three. Tell them pull out their receipts. I got receipts. I'm not them three.
You
I got.
you know what I'm saying? I
Bro,
was
let
just
me
saying, I heard it all before. I feel like Sunshine Anderson because I heard it all before. You know what I'm
let me
saying? I
you
feel like
saying,
Sunshine Anderson. But
wait, let me add to what you're saying. I heard this a long time about basically black NFL quarterbacks, right?
Mhm.
So your white NFL quarterback is generally not mobile. He got to sit in the pocket. He can't run outside. It is what it is. The black quarterback can do whatever he wants to do. He can run outside. He can run to the sideline. He can do whatever. And what they said is when you have the gift of running, you got to use it. And so I'm not saying that you should use it. But I am saying is I do agree with you on one thing. If you're a guy and the baddest woman like you're always going to be tempted to use that gift. Whether you use it or not depends on how bad you really want monogamy or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because some people have that gift, but they really want monogamy. They grew up
Correct.
in a family where either their mother and father wasn't together, and they decided, I'm going to correct this. I'm going to be the one that gets married, stays with my lady, and I don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe they saw a situation where their dad's heart got broken, their mother's heart got broken, or whatever, and they decide, F this, I'm going to correct this. You know what I'm saying? And these circumstances make a guy that may have player capability stay monogamous. But then there's dudes who never saw nothing and they decide, well, hell, I got the gift. I'm going to use it as long as I got it. And it is what it is. And I'm not saying that either is right or wrong. Again, I know what my preference is. I know what my preference is, but I know that these two things exist in this world. And Cap New York says depends on if you're an alpha or masculine male. Alpha male man is in it for the chase only. Masculine man has similar traits. However, they are looking for the ones that completes his need. I mean,
Correct.
I think I could partially agree with that.
Right. I think I could partially agree with that. But like what Chris said, I don't feel like to touch on what I said on his post, I don't feel like one person's list or one woman's list is a staple for what a husband is supposed to be. That's
Indeed.
subject that's subject to perspective because every perspective is different. Some people do believe in marriage but also believe in polygamy at the same time. There might be women who just believe in straight monogamy in marriage. So everyone's perspective is different. There's people out here who have open marriages. People marry also for different reasons. So we also have to think about that people's perspective and why they marry. Some people marry for financial security, especially white women, and especially in that that dynamic, but we're not in that dynamic. We're in our community. uh, I'm not 100%, I can't 100% say why people marry. I know that I am the product of two family members who have been married for longer than I've been alive. My uncle been married for longer than I'm 35 years old now.
That's dope.
Right. They've been married longer than I've been alive.
Yo,
They still right. I've seen healthy marriages in the Black community, and I feel like a lot of people and men and women have not seen healthy marriages. A lot of men have not been taught by older men. Like Chris said, he don't talk to men. He talks to women, women. And when I asked him about the three P's, when I told him about the three P's, and he was like, I never heard of that. I never heard of the word profess. But this is things that I heard the older men in my family passing on to the younger men in my family on how to build great relationships with women and shit like that, and the qualities that they should possess. And that's why I feel like a list is subjective. I don't like posts like that. I don't like that putting Black men and Black women against us and we always arguing on the internet. I feel like a man has to want to be a husband first, and two, your husband qualities and what makes you a great husband is subjective to your relationship with your partner, if that makes sense to me, to you
now,
guys.
yo, no lie, no lie. Listen to me. There's a term called player haters. Players get hated on. Do you know that? Yo, I'm sitting here thinking, yo, you know what world we live in? We live in a world, we live in a world where a man can marry a woman, a man can marry a man can turn into a woman, a man can marry a man and then adopt a child, a man can turn into a woman, then back into a man, then do a backflip. But if a man say he don't want to get married, is something wrong with him? Think
No,
about it. A
no.
man, we live in a world where wait, hold on, real quick. We live in a world where a man can identify as whatever he want and go into whatever bathroom he want. If a man wants to, he could say, "Yes, I'm a man, but I identify as a woman." But if a man say, "Yo, I don't want to be in a relationship. I just want to talk to different females," he's wrong.
Hold on,
Think about it. Why is it that we are allowed to do anything else except for be single and enjoy life? A
let,
person is saying, yo, you know what? I don't want to get married. I want to be single for the rest of my life. They looking at him gasping. You know what I'm saying? Like, think
let,
about it, man. Yo, look, I'm here to break
let me
the
ask you,
rules, man. You know what
let,
I'm saying? Go
let me
ahead, ask me.
different, let me introduce a different topic or a different way of looking at this. Here's what I know as a professional man, and I know you know that. I know you would, Holler. That's my dude. As a professional man, here's what I know. As a professional man, you really don't have time to be a player. You know what I'm saying? And what I know is that I have a business and I have a career.
When you're trying to build generational wealth,
Right.
you
Right.
need a partner who's on the same page as you.
Exactly. Exactly. So there was a time in my life when I was out there chasing, and then there was a time in my life when I had to sit down. And at that time in my life, when I had to sit down, I didn't have nothing coming through. I was in the books. I was learning because, I do electronic security, which is cameras, access control, fire alarms, and Berg, and some locksmithing also. And I had to get in the books and get certified here, certified there. And I went through 6 long years of climbing in my career. I didn't have time to chase because I had to be in the books in the morning, go to work, and then be in the books at night. And I had to prove myself. I think that in a way, dudes who are in this stage can't afford to be players. Because if you're in this stage, you got to really be chasing after that money. And you got to be chasing after experience, knowledge, and really support. And if you don't have these things, like for instance, bro, you got
First, I think you should be looking for a woman at that point. Not looking, but if you are dating in some sense, you should be trying to date women who are supportive of wherever you're trying to go. And
Yo,
no, here's
there's
the
so
problem.
many
Hold on,
misconceptions.
hold on.
Go
Here's
ahead.
the problem. You know what the problem is? Is when you say stuff like that, most women nowadays say, "Oh, you're looking for a slave." And that to me is my only gripe with modern social media and the way they look at relationships is when you're looking for a partner that complements you. Let's just say, for instance, you got a business, you build in the business, and you go and you get with a partner that has nothing going on. And you tell them, hey, listen, I would like to bring you on and help me with the business. I have heard this before. Oh, you just don't give a damn about my dreams, huh? What dreams are you talking about? You wasn't doing nothing when I met you.
Correct.
You know what I'm
If
saying?
if she didn't
Now,
have
bro, look, double, real fast before we get too far away from what you said. You said you don't have time to be a player, bro. Relationships require the time. Not being a player. Yo, I can show you my text threads. There's about four different girls that I messaged today. I sent them each a piece, a total about like 3 or 4 texts. When you have a girlfriend, you texting her all day.
no the
These
fuck you
chicks, I don't
not
spend no money on. When
not
you
a
have a hold on, real quick. I mean, those chicks, I don't spend no money on. When you have a girlfriend, she becomes your expense. She becomes your bill. Think about it. When you just talking to multiple chicks, you talking to them, all right, cool, get it out, we chilling. They're not coming to your crib 3, 4 days straight. You sitting up talking about life. If you pay attention, relationships are what throw good men off. Ask Kanye West. Ask a lot of these dudes. It be the relationships. When you're a player, you're giving these women minimum because you know what? The majority of players got some other shit going on. Think about
now
it. That's the reason why they either
relationship
be drug dealers or they be athletes or they
relationships
be
with
musicians or
shallow,
even
broken people. All those people you just named are, first of all, we need to stop looking at famous people as our staple for relationships because those people are regular people just like us who have regular people fucking
no. The
problems.
reason why I use
Wait, wait,
famous people
wait.
is because those are the people that we all know. I'm not gonna say my uncle Leroy.
I don't know the
You don't know my
motherfuckers. I
uncle
sat in
Leroy.
the motherfucker's
You
house
don't
and
know
ate dinner.
Charles
I
from
don't know
Albany.
them, so I
I could
cannot
say
talk
Charles
about
from
people I
Albany, but
don't
you don't know
know.
these
I
people.
know my aunt and uncle. I know my sister's father. I know these people. I've been in a house. I watch healthy relationships.
Yeah, but
You can,
I don't. So if you say these people, I'm not gonna know who you talking about.
but you don't
So
know
I'm telling you
Kanye
the
West
reason why we
either,
use
Chris.
celebrities
Ate
because we're
dinner with
trying to meet
Kanye
in the
West and
middle.
Kim Kardashian. Did you eat dinner with Kanye West and Kim Kardashian? Have you been invited to Thanksgiving dinner? You do not
Yo,
know
it
those
don't
people.
matter. We don't. Yo, we could use anybody. You're not gonna. I could use local people. I could use local people. And you're gonna have a problem with that.
Start
You know
pulling
what I'm
them.
saying?
Start
What I'm
pulling.
trying to say is that, yo, look, listen to me, because you know what's funny? I did this relationship shit harder than a lot of people. I
I
know
don't
a
think
lot of people that's been single for years. No, for
I
real.
was
Hold on one
in a
second.
relationship for
Hold
8 years.
on, hold
I
on,
know
hold on,
my
hold on,
daughter's
hold
father
on.
since I was 12. All my
Yeah, yo,
relationships have
just
been long
yo,
term.
look, relax. Yo, we both at the same time. Hold on. What I'm trying to say is that just like you said, there's a lot of men that's been players, and there's a lot of men that could be hurt. I mean, I done played both roles significantly, multiple times.
It's
What I'm trying to say is that it takes more time, energy, and effort being in a committed relationship. So
most
y'all can sit here and say, "Yo, how do you have time to be a player?" I look at dudes in relationship; they stressing about their girl, but their life is fucked up.
how
How do you
many
have time for a relationship? It's
Well,
how
easy to be a player. You know what
many
I'm saying? You're not
relationships
spending
have
no
you
time. You're not doing no extra. It's a misconception. I think the term. That's the reason why I was asking y'all. Define the terms. What is a player? What is a? You know, it's funny. Any man that has multiple female friends is going to be considered a player. That's it. Any man that's text messaging more than 4 girls is going to be considered a player. That's it. Any man that's having sex with more than one woman is going to be considered. Think about it. These are the
that
terms we
is a
use to give
shallow
players.
perspective and people have no that's shallow. That's a shallow perspective and people don't
So,
have
what's the player? What is
the
your definition of a
capacity to
player?
look outside. They don't have the capacity. I don't have a definition of a player. I don't have a definition of a husband. I have qualities that a man should have to be able to say that he's a husband or my husband and whatever me and my partner works out. There's no staple that I'm like, oh, he's a husband. No. Did this man come in? How does he make me feel emotionally? How does he make me feel mentally? On top of the fact that I've been through counseling, I've been through work. Is he still broken? Is he working on himself? Does he have the capacity to say, okay, I don't have to be right. This is not about who's right or wrong here when we're in an argument. Can he compromise and say, how can we fix this instead of keep sitting here arguing about who's right or wrong? There are things that all people should have. That's a woman should have that quality too, instead of arguing, oh, I'm right, you're wrong, you're wrong. No, we're not. No one's right or wrong here. This is about this happened. What can we do to fix this? And what can we do to move forward from this? Do you have the qualities to compromise? Are you here willing to put in the work that it takes to embody what a full marriage and or relationship takes? Because marriage is a word that people slap onto something. There are things that you have to do to continuously make that marriage work, to make that marriage keep going. There might come a time in your marriage where you're like, I don't even like this motherfucker. But how committed are you to your relationship in your marriage that you're willing to say, okay, this is a feeling. I feel like this right now, but this feeling will come to pass. What can me and my partner do to work on it? There's no, like I said, it's a perspective. There's no one staple that a woman could say, oh, that man's husband material. No, it is subjective to someone's perspective and or situation and what they're looking for. That's why there's no one staple. That's why it's stupid to say, oh, that person's not a husband, he's a player. No, because that player you think is a player could really be a husband, and you don't know because you put this subjective thought in your mind about that person. That's why it's a perspective. Everyone's perspective is different, and I think as people in society, we have to be more open to looking at different people's perspective. You're an individual, you're unique in your own being, just like I'm an individual, I'm unique in my own being. Your perspective and my perspective are not the same. And I think that's the problem with society. They try to take this one big perspective and slap it on everybody. Like you say, some when you be posting, oh, enjoy people, right? I think people should enjoy people, but there's also people that know what they want.
Well, listen, I gotta go. I gotta get up tomorrow, sis. Thank you so much for coming through.
You're welcome.
I, I got the gift. I know when I see talent. I know when I see talent. And
I
look what the fuck just happened. Because this was a marvelous discussion. And I'm so glad that my good brother Chris Gibbs, I love that man right there. I want all of y'all to know I love that man right there. That's my
That
brother.
woo, baby. You know the feeling mutual, baby.
No,
You know
that's
the feeling mutual.
you know what I'm saying?
Christina, love is love, baby.
Word.
No,
But
you
sis,
definitely made some great points, man, and I'm glad you closed out like that too, because I definitely agree with every word. You know what I
I
mean? We was able to close out on the same page. That's amazing.
it was a mic drop. It was definitely a mic drop. You did it, sis. I hope and pray that you'll come back on in the future because you did a very good job and you got the gift. Thank you very much, brother. Thank you very much, sis. See y'all next time.
See y'all next. Thank you for having me.